Good afternoon. What a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon, huh? Together with your families, coming to a game. Throw him out. Who was it? It's Father Johnson, right? I see it like that. They told me I wouldn't get feedback as long as I didn't stand right in front of the speaker, so I'm going to try and stay here if I can. I'll have to watch the time because they're going to start this game with or without me. It's true, I did say that about the Lions, and look, they won twice as many games this year as they did last year. I also mentioned my brother called me up. I drove here on a Saturday before the installation at the end of July. I drove here on a Saturday, and that next day, Sunday, the Tigers won and moved into first place. And we're in first place, as you know, for quite some time. But my brother called me that Sunday afternoon. He said, "You tell those people you're not even there 24 hours, and you got the Tigers in first place." But really, this is really a nice way to spend an afternoon. I'll tell you something else about myself. I like talking about my family, and you get to know me a little bit better and understand me better. But I have a nephew. His name is Danny. He and his wife, Angela, together with their 2-year-old twin daughters, live in California. And Danny is my nephew, but he's the very first baby I ever baptized. I was ordained a deacon on a Saturday, and I baptized my nephew Danny the next day, and it's obvious it didn't work. But Danny and Angela live in California, and Danny is an actor. He's an actor. Now, I know a lot of the young people here, your parents tell you that you're actors and actresses. I know that. But Danny is an actor. He has been on Broadway. He's been on TV, some shows and commercials. He's been in a couple of films. He moved to California because he wanted to get behind the camera. So now he is trying to get into direction. And the very first film that he directed is now on out there in some of the theaters. It's not making a real big time. It's called Western Brooklyn, and so he's an actor. That's what he does for a living. It's not an easy life. Both he and his wife met when they were in the play Grease together. So Danny's an actor, and you may have seen him. I can remember one of the TV shows that he had done. He had a very important role. He played a pizza delivery boy. And he had a speaking part on this show, because at one part in the show, you saw him drive up, get out of the car, walk up to the door, ring the bell, the man answered the door, and Danny said, "Pizza." Do you remember that? He got $3 million for that show. Yeah, he wishes. But Danny's an actor, and a couple of years ago, he appeared in a movie which was a little bit like a West Side Story theme. It was two neighborhood gangs that were always at war with each other. And my nephew Dan played one of the gang members, which was really, it was a stretch for us because my nephew is only about this tall. He's the meekest, funniest, kindest guy you'd ever want to meet. And here he was, and then on this film, playing a gang member, and he's really rough. He's getting into fights. In the movie, he gets beat up pretty badly. And when we went to see the movie, our family and friends and all that, we rented the theater, so it was just all of us there watching it. And I was cringing as I was watching him get beat up so badly. And to watch that he was acting, and I said, wait a minute, this is not Danny. This is not my nephew. I mean, Danny's funny. Danny's gentle. Danny's a nice-going guy. This can't be Danny. Well, then, boys and girls, I had to remember one important thing. That Danny was only what? Acting, right. He was only acting. That's not who he is. That's what he wanted us to believe that he was. And that's how actors make their living, because if they can really convince you that they're Abraham Lincoln or George Washington or somebody like that, they're going to be good actors and actresses. So he was only acting. I want you to keep that in mind, because I want to maybe mention something else too, and I'll show you how it connects. But I like sports. Hockey was never my best sport growing up. Baseball was. I was able to play baseball. I liked to play shortstop, so I'm a real baseball fan and football fan. And it's nice to root for the Phillies now, 2 years in a row in the World Series. It's nice to root for them. But I love to go to the baseball games, and I like to watch the batters get ready to come up to the plate, because they all go through some type of a routine. First thing they do is they go into the on-deck circle, and they pick up the iron bar, and they swing it around their head, and they stretch with it so that they can extend their muscles as much as they can. And then they take the tar paper and they rub it on the bat so that they can have a great grip on that bat. Then they take the bat and they swing the bat around so that they feel that they have a flexibility at the plate. Some of them have these weird things that they do. There's one player who, every time he comes up the bat, in between every pitch, the Velcro on the gloves, go on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. You're saying this, you know what I mean? It just drives you crazy. But they come to the plate, and then they reach out and they take the bat and they touch the outside of the plate and the inside of the plate to make sure they have their range. Now you watch very carefully, and many times those players, one of the last things they'll do before stepping to the plate is bless themselves. Did you ever see that? Bless themselves. Sometimes in a basketball game, before a free throw shot, they'll bless themselves. And you're sitting there and you're saying, isn't this wonderful? Here's a professional ball player who is not ashamed to let all the world know that Jesus Christ is central to his life. You have to admire that, right? Well, anyway, the ball player comes to the plate, pitcher lines up, throws the pitch, guy swings the bat, he hits the ball, he runs to first base, it's a close play at first base, and the umpire calls him out. Well, he stops along the baseline, comes back to the umpire, gets into the umpire's face, and starts arguing with the umpire. And you can see every word he's saying to that umpire. Right? And you look real carefully because you want to know exactly what he's saying. And boys and girls, this is the very same player who 2 minutes earlier did what? Blessed himself, right? He said, you watch me because I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is important in my life. And I suggest to you, boys and girls, for that moment, that ball player was only acting. That's not really who he is. That might be who he wants you to think that he is, or maybe he himself wants to believe that that's who he is. But for that moment, he was only acting.